But before we get started,
Yes.
I had a question that came from. She's so scared.
I'm nervous.
I had a question asked by a couple different people, so it's a follow up from our intro episode. Grace, this is for you.
No.
You can please some of the people all of the time.
You can please all of the people some of the time.
But you can't please all of the people all of the time. Welcome to the People Pleasers Podcast. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first official episode of the People Pleasers Pod.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
It's the first time we can say that.
We can, yeah. First episode. First big episode.
Mm-hmm.
We had our intro episode. Now we're getting
Now we're
into
really
it.
doing it.
Yeah, now it's really happening.
Yep.
No pressure. No nerves. I feel better about this one than last one. Last one, I think we were all so nervous.
Yeah.
And
That-
just getting used to like talking and
Talking's really hard. I'm so
talking and
bad at talking.
mic and yeah.
Watching it back,
Yeah.
it was really cool to see, but it made me so much more excited for this one. Because
Right.
I think it's just like, we're already like organically talking, but like this one, it's just like, we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out.
We're just
We're just
hanging
having
out.
There's not a camera on us.
in
No.
the studio.
Nobody's even
Fine.
listening anyway. It's fine.
No one's listening except our families. It's fine.
Mom, I see you. Love you.
Thanks, Mom.
Appreciate it.
But this is our first episode. First big topic,
Which is?
which is all things weddings.
Mm-hmm.
All about the weddings. We're gonna dive deep into it.
But before we get started,
Yes.
I had a question that came from.
I'm
She's so scared.
I'm nervous.
I had a question asked by a couple different people, so it's a follow up from our intro episode. Grace, this is for you.
No. Who asked it?
Doesn't matter. So the question is, why were you terrified of me when you first met me?
I really honed in on that, and I watched that back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why did I act like I
But
was
you
so
never
scared?
said why.
I never
So
explained.
I was asked that question. So I'm
That's-
putting you on the spot right now,
No,
and you
that's
can
fair.
answer it.
That's fair. Because I watched that back and I was like, why did I act like I was like absolutely mortified? No, okay. If you know me, I'm intimidated by pretty much anything and anyone. I don't know why. I'm just always so anxious meeting new people because I think I immediately overanalyze. And so meeting you, your energy to me was just so big and fun and vibrant that I think I was like, I want to match that and I want her to like me. Hello, people pleaser. And that's why I think I was so scared, because I was like, she's so fun and so outgoing, and I'm scared she's not, because that's what I think of. I'm like, I'm scared she's not
not
gonna
gonna
like
think
me.
the same about me.
Yes, yes. And I want to match that energy because I like it.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I was like, I am so scared to say anything to her. It's kind of like almost like a first date when you're like, I want them to like me.
Yeah.
I want that like,
First impression.
yes, yes. That I think that's why I immediately was like, I'm terrified. And I said it so many times last episode.
Well, that
'cause
makes sense.
I just
Thanks
wanted
for clearing
her,
that up.
wanted her to like me.
I was like, I promise I'm not a mean
No.
person. Like
It was, I know. I hated how much I said that. I realized that. I realized it.
I just felt like we had to address it because the people wanted to know.
people
Truly,
wanted
I
to
didn't
know.
even.
The people.
They asked
Gotta
me,
give
and I
them
was
what they
like,
want.
"That's a great question.
know.
I am going to actually catch her off guard and ask right at the start of our next episode." So we made it through.
It worked. I'm fine. No, I think it's just I loved your energy so much, and I just really wanted to be friends with you. That I just really wanted you to like me.
Well, it worked.
But I also, I think in any, hey, yeah, we are here. Any situation, any social situation when I'm meeting people for the
Yeah.
first time, I'm immediately just like terrified because I want to say the right thing, and especially in that environment, like that group, we just have such a great group that I was like, I just want her to like me. I want them to like me. I'm at my first job post grad. I don't know how this works. Like, I think it was just all of the nerves of like, I just really liked you and I wanted you to like me back. So yeah,
That's actually so sweet. Thank you. Well, I would
That's
have
the
never.
validation I need.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't a psycho. And you're like, I was terrified she was gonna murder me. Like,
I should have explained that better. Yeah, thanks for clearing that one up.
yeah, we're good. We've explained it.
I'm glad you
It's water under the bridge.
Yes.
love you.
I love you. My hands are so clammy.
My elbows are sweaty.
Yeah, my elbow pits.
I'm glad you started with that. That was, yeah. Getting all we're learning. We're getting the nerves
right.
out from the intro episode. I know now to hold my mic right here, not right here. We learned a lot.
I know. And last episode, I did not look at the camera at all, and you guys did. So now I'm like,
oh, I did.
No,
I can't even
not
see.
in a bad way.
I feel
okay.
like it was
In a good way.
fast.
It was-
Maybe I did a lot. Maybe I was just looking at the time.
No,
I don't know.
You guys looked at good
Like
times,
to
and
talk
I
to
feel like
it?
I was so much trying to be like, "There's not a camera here," but
There's
it's
no
okay to
one
look at
here.
it sometimes, you know?
It's okay to break the third wall. It's fine.
Right? Exactly.
We know.
It's more dramatic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways,
What else did you guys notice? Anything else? I know we kind of texted about it. Anything else from the intro episode that you noticed, either about yourself or about us? Not like a bad thing, like you're wanting to pick on, but
Yeah.
because I know we talked about those.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
what was
what it is.
Yeah, I did.
literally just sit there and I'm like, yeah.
'Cause
No,
we're-
okay, maybe not like that.
it?
It's
It shows you're listening.
Yeah.
So you're like, it's not.
Really trying to listen, and I'm like, whoa.
I think because I think about that a lot when I accidentally interrupt someone or try to finish their sentence
Yeah.
because I want to show them that I'm listening to you, I promise. But then I'm like, oh, I just definitely cut them off from what.
or half the time I cut them off, and it's not what they were about to say, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
oh yeah, sure,
that's what I meant."
totally.
I'm just gonna shut up and listen. Cool, got it.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm stressed to say yeah now.
That and what was
We
the
say
word?
obviously.
Obviously.
And it was so cute because it was all three of us. We kept going, obviously, obvious. I was like, is it obvious though?
It was obvious
is
to
it
us.
obvious?
It was obvious to us. Maybe not everyone else.
It's
Maybe
so
they
funny,
don't
though.
notice it.
Yeah, listening back and hearing those things, you're just like, oh, and it's
Yeah.
it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not here to please anybody, you know?
Exactly.
I'm just here to be
No.
myself.
We're learning. We're figuring it out.
yeah.
And we're having fun. That's all that matters.
100%.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Recap.
I know. I'm trying to think if there's anything
Intro.
else.
That was the
Right.
main. I'm really glad you brought it up. Or whoever in your family that watched it went.
Yeah.
Probably everyone.
Wait, how did
What
you
did
know?
you do to Grace?
How did you know it was a family member?
I think I know which family member said it too, but I'm not going to expose them.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. No, I'm just kidding.
The
I'm just
only
kidding.
person who's watched and listened. Family.
family. I don't think I sent it to anybody.
I didn't. I was too scared.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah, I was too
No,
scared.
I sent it to Abby. I sent it to Abby.
You were there watching it with them.
I know.
That-
Calling you out.
yeah.
I let Holt
That's
watch
brave.
it with me,
I
and
could
I didn't
not.
like it.
I'm like,
Yeah, it was. I was sitting there watching everybody's reaction, just in the corner of the room,
so what do
you were supposed to laugh at that spot.
Yeah, right.
Not funny.
That
Cool.
was funny.
no.
I watched it with Holt, and I kind of looked at him a few times.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm like, oh, I see some soft smiles around the
Yeah.
room. This is good. This is good.
this is going well.
yes.
Yeah.
So, in case you missed our intro episode, this is a People Pleasers podcast where we get together every week, talk all things wedding, wellness, womanhood, and really just life in general.
Yeah.
So, today's episode is honing in on the wedding side of things. So,
Woohoo.
talking about our roles, our thoughts about the wedding industry, why we got into the wedding industry,
What we do, what it looks like, what our weeks look like, what our days look like, our relationships with couples,
Yeah.
all the vendors, all the things. This is probably going to be the one we talk about the most. But I feel like womanhood and wellness relate to it. That's why I feel like the overarching weddings is going to be one we really hone in on a lot. And it's always going to connect, but they all connect to each other too.
Yeah.
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 Well, speaking of that, how was everyone's weekends? Who had weddings? Who didn't?
me.
What'd you do, sir? You had a wedding. Yes, you had a wedding.
I had a wedding. It was great. It went really good.
Good.
Yeah, my assistant was sick, so it was just me during the hotel, the morning
Yeah, where were you at?
portion. We were at Hotel Kansas City for getting ready, and wedding itself was at the Guild. Absolutely love being there. So, and that's the other thing. I had an amazing vendor team that day, so I was like, okay, it's just going to be me there in the morning, but that's totally fine because everybody's going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
But just little things like, oh, I have the lunch being delivered at this time, but it's also the same time that the ladies are getting in their dresses. So I need to be there, but I can't be two places at once. And making sure that every boutonniere was pinned on before photos and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
That reminded me of something I'm going to bring up when I talk about my weekend, but
Okay.
we're going to come back to
Perfect.
that.
Yep. So anyways, it went really well. Again, the morning was a little bit fast paced, but then they went off and they did photos. So I had time to just get to the venue and just sit. And I ate. I sat and I ate a sandwich. I
Yeah.
know.
Good.
So I was able to do that. So that was really good. But
I feel
yeah.
like the beginnings of wedding days are always just like you show up and it's just like all
Right.
up until like ceremony, or if like pictures come first. I feel like it's, but for me, that's like this for me. So I feel like up until ceremony, the day is just like, let's just get through it.
Yeah,
right. And I feel like I try not to come into it with that anxious energy, but like internally I'm like, okay. Like when you're driving there, I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but every time I drive, I like say a prayer on the way, and I just like pray for a great day, everybody to be in good health and good spirits, and just let everything go smoothly for the couple and all of that. So
We'll pump up playlist.
yeah. And then I also at that point I release my anxiety. I'm like, we're just gonna let it go. I'm gonna trust in myself. Like we've got this.
Yep.
And it's
Plan
also
for
I
this.
remind myself, okay, I'm not the only one that's gonna be here wanting to make sure that this couple has an amazing day. Like I feel like for me personally as the planner, like everything kind of comes back to me. Like I'm the one making sure all the vendors are showing up on time and everything they paid for is there and little things like that.
Yeah.
But then I have to just remind myself like, okay, yes, I am technically responsible for all those things.
Yes.
But I'm also trusting these vendors. And I know, especially this team, everybody was amazing. So
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to stress quite as much about that.
Yeah.
And I can just be really just there for Bride and making sure she's taken care of, and
Right.
obviously groom too, but
Usually we're with the
usually
bride
we're with the
first.
bride though.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know if you guys, I mean, we maybe feel this, but personally, I think the reason I'm so anxious at the start of the day is because like we are in control of like how the tone of the day begins. So whether like we're in charge of getting everything on time, done, ready to go, everyone's feeling good, feeling vibey before ceremony.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that's like that big time where it's like, okay, like you said, like this is on us, but at the same time, we're also a part of a team, and like we've been planning this for X amount of months or years. But for me, I'm just like, okay, I hope everyone's ready to go. I hope they've all eaten. I hope they're ready to get dressed. Like,
Right.
I think you just show up and you kind of don't know what you're like
Walking
walking
into.
into, and then you get there and you're like, oh, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Because then you're just in the moment and you're just like, okay, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not driving in my thoughts. I'm there.
Right.
I'm taking action. I'm just living in the moment and making it all work. And it always does.
Yeah.
Always does.
Always
So-
does.
But yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What about you?
Good. I also had a wedding on Saturday. It was my cousin's wedding, which was really fun. It was kind of cool to have my family there because, like, obviously, the only person in my family that's seen a wedding day through and through is Abby. She's been to wedding days with me and second shot with me.
Who's Abby?
My sister. Love you, Ab.
By
You're
the
the
way,
best.
she also,
Yes.
a little shout out here.
She did all that calligraphy on there. She's the best.
Amazing.
She's the cute one. She's the talented one.
She's the
You
cute-
both are.
She's
You're
the
both
cute one.
adorable and talented.
She's cool. She's better. She's whatever. She's awesome. I love you, Abby.
We're cutting her off right now.
Yeah. And cut me. But no, Abby, my sister Abby is the only one that's like seen a wedding day through and through. Like people in my family have heard about it or like tried to explain it. But I think actually having like my grandparents, my extended family, my cousins to really see me, and then like working with my cousin as the bride.
Yeah.
It was just kind of cool to like share in that with them of like, I'm a part of your wedding day every single second. Like we've planned this together, but also you kind of get to see me in my element, which not everyone really gets to almost ever. I just get to talk about it. So it was really fun. The dance floor portion was so much fun. Seeing, I think, like my grandparents out there and all of like the cousins and the adults just like around them was, I don't know, it was just really special. We haven't had that really hardly in a really long time, but we're now in a state of like everyone's getting married. Like Abby got married last summer, my cousins this summer, my little cousins next summer. So it's just
Grace
kind
is
of like
going to be the summer after that.
we'll
Just
see.
waiting to throw that in there.
But it is just kind of like cool to have something to like look forward to. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was good. Yeah, it was
The
put that
fun.
away.
picture of your grandparents was literally everything. Every time you post
Don't
them,
bring
I'm
it up.
just
She's
like,
going to cry.
I love my grandparents so much.
the best.
It was just
I wanna
really
meet them.
cute.
I know.
We will.
Road trip.
Can I have my grandma on?
Yes.
I want to have Pop. I want to have on too, but I want to have grandma on. She would.
I
freak out.
love that idea.
That
We'll
would
bring
be- that would
everything
be
to
fun.
her. She wants to sit in her cozy, comfy chair and be.
We can just hang out.
we'll bring
She has to sit in
Road
the boat
trip to
chair. I'm
Ottawa.
so sorry.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. That would make my life. No, it was really cute to just spend some good time with them and just see everyone
yeah.
happy and hanging out. It was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I'm curious. Do you guys like whenever you are there on a day with like family, close friends, or do you guys prefer like strangers? Not strangers, but just like people that aren't your family and friends.
Do you want to go? Want me to go?
I'm still thinking.
I know.
Mine is like twofold because I think I have a lot of like excitement and pride on like, I built this relationship from the ground up, and I've heard about these people. I've heard about their family members or their friends that they're excited to celebrate with. So getting to that day and like meeting them, and I think at the end of the day too, like I know I made it when like a parent or the groom is like, when they hug me, I'm like, I did it.
Right.
But I think it's something gratifying about that is really cool. But I do also love like this weekend. I loved just the convenience and the familiarity with friends and family of like, I already know who's going to be here.
It takes a little bit of the pressure off. I'm sure.
Yes. There's like some pressure, but you're also like, this is my friends and family, and I know they love me and they just want to see me do this. So like, it's kind of twofold. I like them both.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never had a wedding with family before. Yeah,
You haven't yet?
No,
I guess that makes
it's
sense.
only been like there'll be like guests that are there that I like know from school or something. So I'll be like, oh, hey, how are you? So it's always interesting to think of them seeing me in that light and rocking it out. Oh my God, take that out.
Rocking it out.
But you know what I mean? Just like doing my thing, just rocking it
Stay
out.
in your element.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like
We knew what you meant.
right.
got you.
Exact. Thank you guys. Thank you. The good thing for me is along the lines, but I get to do the rehearsals, so I get to meet the bridal
That's
party
true.
and the maid of honor and all of that ahead of time. So then when I show up in the morning, it's like, oh, hey guys, how did last night go? Like it's not like I'm walking into it blind that day, and I feel like I'm able to make friends so easily that I ended up. Every time I like leave and I'm like, bye guys, miss you. And they're like, I'll keep you in mind if I ever get married. And I'm like, thank you. We'll see if I'm still doing this in 10 years.
I know.
That is, I think, one of the biggest compliments when a bridesmaid or someone that was in the wedding party or in the family was like, I was at so-and-so's wedding last summer or last month, and like I just got engaged. And I'm like, that is probably the coolest compliment to receive. Right. It's like, wow, you noticed, you saw, and you liked me that you want me to.
Right.
I know.
I do
It makes
love
me
that.
feel like I should have paid more attention to them.
It's like, who are you?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Not really.
Wait, remind me who
you're
this
just
is.
like there's so many people you're obviously interacting with throughout the day,
Right.
whether it's the bridal party, whether it's the vendors, and the bride and groom alone. So
right. I mean, at the end of the day, you're there to serve the bride and groom. Like
Yes,
they're the ones who hired you, so
yes.
don't feel
Right,
bad that
right.
you cannot give yourself to everybody.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I
You're
know.
doing what you can.
Yes.
And you still are too, even when you don't feel like you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my perspective, we filmed a few times where it's been like family or close friends, and I don't know.
Yeah, you've done those a lot more than I think we have.
I like it in the sense of like almost like it's super exciting, and you can be a light to them on the day, and you know them, and like just their personalities and everything. But Mitch absolutely loves it. Mitch is my husband, by the way. He films a lot of weddings with me.
Second half of Grand Media.
Second half of Grand Media.
Mitch, do you hear us?
Owner of the People Pleasers.
I know.
He's
In the
also
basement.
downstairs.
Love you, baby.
So
And
cute.
you, Charlie. I know Florence isn't here, but not Charlie. Okay, anyways, always about the dogs. But I don't know. There's just something that like brings more pressure, but at the same time, I don't know. Like you said, it's kind of twofold where it's like it's just kind of a different day.
And I think we've kind of talked about it before, like the added pressure because they know you, they're a part of your life, and you want to go above and beyond even more so for them. Like you want to go above and beyond for every couple, and you will. Yeah. But there's the added pressure of the relationship on top of that you're like, I want them to love this, and I want to do my very best because I have this deep-rooted relationship with them.
Right.
That is hard.
It's so funny that you guys, obviously I've never had one with family like that, but I feel like I would feel the opposite. Like I think
That's how
I
Mitch
feel like
is.
I
He
would feel
loves
less
it.
pressure because I'm like, oh, these people already know and love me, and they know that I do an amazing job, and they're not going to, like, I know that I'm not going to disappoint them because I trust in myself, and I know I'm going to still give the best work that I possibly can. But also you're giving that, that product at the end. Because I feel like with family and friends, they already know and love me, so I feel like I have to prove myself less, whereas it's somebody who hasn't actually seen me in action before and doesn't like, they know me, like we've been working together for however long, but it's just different when it's family and friends that you've known your entire life.
I feel like you have to prove yourself a little bit more with people that don't know you, because you're proving again, like, no, I'm capable, I can do this, there's a reason why you hired me, and like I'm capable, whereas like your family knows that.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I get that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, too,
Yeah,
I know
sorry,
kind
yeah.
of like whenever you touched base, you were kind of saying like, you don't have a product to return after. And I think that's the part that like scares me. Like Mitch, for instance, when he's just like there day of, he's like, oh, like this is great. I get to hang out and like be best friends with them. And then for me, I'm like editing and I'm like, okay, is her hair flying perfectly? Like I know her good side. I know, or like, you know, you kind of just pay more attention to things like that. And that's where I feel like a little stressed. But that's probably just my personality trait of like people that are closer to me. I'm just like, I hope you love everything I'm doing. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I think both are absolutely valid.
yes.
I think
yeah.
it just kind of depends on the situation
Yeah.
and the relationship and all the factors that go into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not have a wedding this weekend, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Love that for you.
literally.
What were you up
so
to?
Nice. My brother and his fiance, they live in St. Louis, so they came into town and stayed with us. And yeah, it was super nice. We just got to jump around to all of our family and just have like a pool day. We had game nights, played a lot of pickleball. We love pickleball.
Love that.
So that was really fun. But yeah, just got good quality time with them. So yeah, it was really, really good, chill family weekend.
Those
Good.
are always
Yeah.
nice.
Yes,
Those are good.
definitely.
Going into busy fall season too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
They're
I think
few and far between now.
literally, yes. I'm like, okay, take advantage of the weekends that we have free, and they had a free weekend. We're like, okay, come down,
Yeah.
let's hang out.
I love that.
It was good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good. Well, speaking of, again, on the lines of weddings and what we do, I know we were kind of talking about it. And I know last time we said kind of our roles and what we do, but kind of getting into, again, our roles, how long we've been in the industry. I'm a photographer and I started in the industry. We all started kind of together a few years ago. But I started, it's 2024, 4 years ago. I've had my business. This is my 3rd year of my business. But yeah, that's me. That's Grace.
That's great.
That's me. Sarah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yay!
Yeah, I started. We touched on this last time, but what did we say? 2021. 2021.
Then we all
started.
met.
We all-
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep, and then switched to the planning side. Oh gosh, I should have prepped this. I'm so bad with numbers and time.
Just make it. No one's gonna
I
fact
think
check
this
us.
is
Just
technically
make it up.
Yeah.
10 years.
Don't fact check me. I think I'm in my 3rd year. Currently in the 3rd
Yeah.
year of
Yeah.
planning.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I love it. I love it.
wild.
Just having more responsibility. Like I know I'm like complaining about that in a way, but I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I actually enjoy having more responsibility and being more involved with the design and just having more of a relationship with the bride and groom. It's been
Yeah.
a lot more fun than coming from the venue side where it's
Yeah.
just like, my job is to make sure this venue is equipped and
Yes.
ready to host you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not controlling anything else that's coming in.
Yeah.
So
Well, you're
it's-
such a people person, and so
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that meets you besides Grace, no, I'm kidding. Grace loves you.
water under the bridge.
Everyone literally loves you, so it's just
She's
like
hiding.
that is made for
Can we
you.
cut that out? Is it too
position.
late? Can we cut that out of the first episode? Can we get that out of there?
Everyone's gonna be on.
I
on
swear I
you.
don't hate Sarah. I love
You
her
don't.
so
I didn't
much.
think of it that
No,
way.
I've just thought about it so much. I'm done thinking about it. It's done.
Yeah,
It's done.
I'm
Stop.
sorry. I brought it up.
No,
I'm
it's
being
funny.
mean.
No, you're not. You're not at all. It's just so
She's so
funny that
red.
someone else. It's funny that someone else recognized it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was going back and I'm like, dang, I really honed in on that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that it wasn't like. Anyway, we're done talking about
We're
this.
not talking about it. But yeah, I just think it fits you really well, Sarah. Like
Thanks.
literally, best planner. But
No.
I think it fits you really well. So
Thanks.
yeah.
I also kind of agree with you a little bit coming from the sales side for the venue. I didn't know anyone in the industry. I didn't get to meet vendors. I met the couple the day they booked the venue, and then I never saw their wedding day again. When I was doing social media, I kind of got to go back and like see it, but the elements in between of like I don't know anything that happened from the day they booked me or the venue to their wedding day that I never saw.
Right. And being the venue manager, you would meet with them right after they sign
Yes.
on with you. We'd
Right.
have that meeting, which could be a year plus in advance
Right.
of wedding day. And then we meet the month of wedding day. And then
Right.
it's just like, fill me in, tell me everything.
Yeah.
So it really is just, it's way less of a relationship that's being built during it. Obviously, that role is very important. We're very thankful that we have somebody who's there to manage the venue side of things.
Yes.
But it's just been a lot of fun the past however many years, 3 years,
How many years?
being on the planning side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I am in a wedding. I'm in a wedding.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. I am a wedding videographer, and this is my 4th year. So
my
kind of same as you,
gosh.
Grace.
cow.
Yeah, my 4th year, and I'm loving it. What else?
Things are going great. Well, I think getting into like why we like the industry, like
Yeah.
why did you want to do video?
Yeah, honestly, props to Mitch. Like, he is just always wanting to try the next new thing. And so he kind of just picked up a camera. And fun fact, we actually started with photography first. We got into photography.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. He loves taking photos. And I
That
was
I did
kind of
know.
like, he loves taking photos. And I was like, the editing side of things is fun, but every time I like edited my own photos, I just didn't feel that like satisfaction. Every time I sent it back to the couple or the families or whoever we were taking photos of, I was just like, I hope they love them.
Like the
I hope the
fulfillment wasn't
color was
there
good.
completely?
Yes,
Mhm.
it was more just like, am I doing this right? Do they like it?
Right.
And so for a while we just did photo, and then I kind of told Mitch like, hey, I know you love taking photos. I know you still kind of want to be, all with cameras and everything. So some of our good friends, they ended up getting married in 2020. So I guess that was our first wedding we did, but our year didn't really kick off until 2021. And so we ended up just filming their wedding and kind of started from there. And then it was like their friends were like, hey, we're getting married this year. Will you film our wedding? And then I think it was like her cousin too. And so from there, we're like, wow, like we could actually make this, like one of us is going to have to go full time. We're starting to get so busy with it.
Yeah.
And so then that's when I left being a venue manager and kind of just went full time with videography, which I love.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're
it
so
was
good at it.
Thank you.
So good at it.
Thank you. Thanks. But yeah, so started photography, now doing videography. Don't see an end in sight anytime soon.
Yeah.
So,
In
but
weddings itself, or just like
I don't know.
that's a
There's-
really hard question to ask.
See, the thing
so hard.
is
I
like with
change my answer every
videography, I don't think I would want to film anything else. Like, I don't feel like corporate events or like commercial or like real estate. I'm just trying to think of like other videographer
because it's such
stuff.
different. I mean,
Yeah.
all of those are so different.
Yes.
Like very, very different worlds.
Yes. And I think for me, it's just like something with being a wedding videographer, being there on wedding days, like that is so special. Like, it comes with so much pressure, as we all know, but like you are a part of someone's most important day of their life. Like, it's just crazy. And you get to see all their family and their friends, and everyone's coming to celebrate them, and all their special, unique touches that they have that, make their day. Like, it's so crazy and so special. So I'm like, I just really can't see myself filming anything else or kind of getting into anything else. I always thought for me, actually, which is another funny thing, I would do like venue manager, kind of videography, and then get into planning. But the amount of things that you guys do, I just don't think it's for me. Yeah. I literally props to you
Yeah,
because it is so much, and
I
it's
could
so
never.
hands-on, and it's so many intricate details, and just like you said, like, I mean, you're running the day. Like, it's amazing, but I don't think that's something I could do now.
I think it takes a very specific personality type to
Yeah.
do it and do it well.
Exactly.
Because even this wedding I worked this past weekend, they were like, the bridesmaids were like, you are so amazing. Our friend's wedding, the coordinator showed up an hour late to the rehearsal. She wasn't prepared with anything.
Wow.
She just like the stories that they were telling me. And I was like, oh man, I was just like, well, it sounds like she might not be in the right role.
Right,
Like,
right.
Because I didn't
Feeling
want to,
it out.
don't want to bad
Right.
mouth. I'm like, I don't even know who this
Right.
person
Right,
is
yeah.
or where they even got
Right.
married. But I was just like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, again, you're either really good at it or you're not. And there's really no in between.
You really have to love it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it shows in whatever area of work you're in. But it also, like, weddings are tough.
Yeah.
They are a grind. So like
Right.
you really have to love it and love what you do, or else you're not going to go too far because you're going to get burnt out, or you're just not going to be giving what you should be giving to your clients.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, because I came from that project management mindset before getting into the wedding industry. I was working at a web design company. So I was a project manager there. And I liked the company, like I liked the people, but I was just like going through, and COVID hit. So I was there in office and then we were all working from home. And it was really during COVID where I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I am not passionate about this at all. Like, I don't know what I'm passionate. And so I was doing a lot of soul searching when it came to my career. And then Zach proposed and we started meeting with what? Yeah, Zach.
Yay, Zach!
Yeah. So he proposed. And then I remember it was the first vendor meeting we got the venue, but then we had our first actual vendor meeting to, start making our team, and it was with Adri, who we absolutely love. Adri with Black Coffee Photo, who now is actually no longer in the wedding industry. So that's a topic we could hit on potentially. Hey, Adri,
Definitely will be hitting on.
let us know if you want to come chit chat.
Might be in your inbox soon asking you when you're free.
Yeah, we actually already had you on our list, so
You're already there.
this is
Just give it a head, sir.
This is just a public plug right now. But I met with Adri, and then I was like, oh. Like, I got along with her so well. And I was like, the wedding industry is something I've never even thought about until you're actually engaged and in it. So that's when I was like, okay, maybe this is something I'd be interested in doing.
Yeah.
And then just started following different accounts on social, since obviously I was planning my wedding and hiring people, and saw a posting saying, we're hiring venue coordinators. And I was like, okay, well, this might be a good way to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working my full-time job Monday through Friday, and then every Saturday I was working weddings until I was offered that full-time position. And then I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And rest is history up until this
here
point.
we
Just
are.
fell into place for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're planning. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's wild.
I know.
All of us.
All of us and how we got here.
Yeah.
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 Because you really got into the industry straight out of college, essentially.
Honestly, just by chance that it just kind of happened, because you mentioned last episode I graduated in 2020, literally never went back after spring break, so it was a tough time, but I previously, before that, had been working for the Power and Light District. I was an intern for the last 2.5 years, so that really felt like the next gradual stepping stone. And then all of a sudden everything happened and I had no job, and I was like, what am I gonna do? We're like a month and a half away from graduation. Like, the state of the world is what it is too. So it was just kind of like, what? Everything I had envisioned for my life was gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Don't know what the heck I'm going to do. And that's kind of where everyone in our friendship boat was, of like, am I even going to stay here in Kansas City? Am I going to go somewhere? And I was going to move to Texas. Like all these thoughts.
What?
Yes. I love you guys. I
thought it was New York.
Yeehaw, baby.
Oh, I would if I could afford it right out of college, but that would be the first place. No, I love Texas. I love
I've
Texas.
never been to
This
Texas.
is the most random fact I've ever learned about you.
I know. I did
this?
not know this at all.
You guys, I wanted to go to UT. Like I
What?
love
Wow.
Texas.
No, you've never brought this up ever.
Seriously, I
Yeah.
wanted to move to Dallas. I
Okay.
love Dallas. I love Austin too. But
I'm
think
going to Austin for a batch party here next month. I'm
have
so
so much
excited
fun.
'cause I've never been to Texas.
You're gonna. I mean, I've
So-
only been to Austin once, but you're
Yeah.
gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
I love Dallas. My best friend from college is from Dallas. Well, she's kind of all around Colorado, Dallas, but I went to Dallas for the first time with her.
Wow.
And I don't know why. I just love it so much. I think it somewhat reminds me of home here. But yeah, I loved Texas. So I thought, all right, maybe I'll just start here and then gradually move. The roommate I had at the time, we were going to go together. Then everything changed. Lots of life things, but the big one being obviously this job kind of just fell into my lap from a family friend that she was like, hey, I'm leaving. Do you want this? And I'm like, I mean, I'll take what I can get. And literally 2 weeks after graduation, I had a job and I was in the wedding industry in sales, which I never wanted to be in and never thought I would be. But honestly, without it, it could not have, like, every stepping stone was literally perfect. The sales set me up for how I knew I was going to have the confidence to run my business, how I could talk to people, how I could sell my product myself, talking to people, getting into the industry and kind of understanding it from the backside really is what helped me start. Wow. And then kind of after getting into the sales side, and then my background's in marketing. So kind of dabbling in both. When I got into the marketing role, I was like, okay, I really don't like that I can't be a part of people's days more. I really like being in it. I love seeing these photos. I still did photography and had done it since middle school. So I was like, okay, let's just like try this again.
Yeah.
And Shaylee, who we all know and was part of our girl group at our job, really, I owe it to her and Tyler for getting me started, because they were the first people that took a chance on me. And that was like the coolest thing ever, because I love her. Love her. She was my boss. She was my mentor. She's just like one of my biggest role models. And the fact that like her and Tyler asked me to do their wedding day is really what solidified it for me of like, I think this is what I want to do. I love photography and I always have, but I think this just really, I found it again and I found the passion for it. And yeah, here we are over 50 weddings later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yeah.
So exciting.
So-
I know.
So it's just, it's crazy to think that like everything that happened, even though that time of life was probably one of the hardest, like all the stepping stones set me to here for us to meet each other, for us to have our own businesses, to be able to work together. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, wedding industry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It all works out, even
does.
though it's not what you expected.
Literally.
No.
Or not that you even had like that big picture vision, just you weren't where you thought you were going to be.
No.
Yeah.
I loved the corporate world. I don't really love it anymore, but I liked
hate it. No, I've actually never been in the corporate world. I've always been small businesses. So
I just
shouldn't
kind
say
of like
that.
dipped my toe, and I liked it. I think I loved the structure. I love the safety and the structure.
True.
And then going into small businesses from there, I'm like, it panicked me, but I think again, it threw you into the deep end of like sink or swim, figure it out. And that's when I will never work for anyone again. I will work for myself forever. But it does, small business teaches you so much,
Yeah.
so much. So many good things.
Good, the bad, and the ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly. All of it. Yeah. So obviously the three of us
Obviously.
Oh, don't put that. That's one. Sorry, Grandma. Just kidding. She'd love that. She'd encourage it. Sorry, anyone else that's going to be offended by me saying the F word. It's going to
It's
happen.
okay. I'll say it too. Fuck.
Thank you.
You're not alone.
Need to say it. Just need to say it. I think I need to change. I'm just thinking on our website, I put non-explicit. I think we need to put explicit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Potentially.
yeah.
Occasionally
I think we
explicit.
probably do. I mean, you talked about my period last episode, so
That's not explicit. Everybody has one if you're a woman.
You're right. You're right.
yeah,
You're
the
right.
flow-
It's not taboo.
How is that explicit?
that flow?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
That
you're
is
right.
not explicit.
You're right.
No, yeah,
That's
fine.
normal.
That is
Thank you, Sarah.
normal.
You're right.
It needs to be more.
It
of
does
a
need
normal
to be
thing.
Yes,
Yes,
we're
you're right.
normalizing it.
Yes, you're
We're
right.
normalizing saying
You just wouldn't get me. I like that.
No, I didn't mean to. We talked about this.
No, I'm sorry. It literally
Now
looked
you're
like you were
gonna
like.
No, it wasn't on purpose.
Okay, but it was really cute. It was really
Thanks.
cute.
My fucking
Maybe
squinty
that's-
eye.
Maybe realize it because it like.
You think I just wink at you all the time?
Yeah.
You think I'm just like,
Like, ooh.
but really my eyes just really squinty.
Sarah just really loved what I said today.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Anyway, not
okay.
winking.
Anyway.
Bring out my insecurity.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding. I'm done with
Yeah, we're gonna cut you off.
I don't give a
Oh, she's done. Turn her mic off. Unplug it. Okay, but getting back into the industry, we have been in the industry 3-4 years collectively, but even in the last, like since we started in the industry, it has already changed a lot. And I feel like that is something that's cool about our jobs, but also something we kind of have feelings about. That is also something we wanted to talk about as far as just like trends are a big thing. Social media plays into weddings so much now. I mean, so many things that involve our jobs specifically are constantly changing and evolving. And personally, I know that's why we kind of wanted to talk about this for brides maybe getting married, in the planning process, reflecting whatever it may be of you don't have to do
a certain thing.
a certain thing. Your wedding day is your wedding day.
Yeah.
You
I
don't got to
think-
people please people.
No people pleasing. I think, yeah, I might have touched on this last episode too, of just like the main question I get like from my friends are like, do I have to have this in my wedding? Or like, what do you think? And it's just like it makes me feel like, oh, like I'm glad you're asking me. I am in the industry. I can give you like, you know, my thoughts on it or things like that. But at the same time, like it makes me sad because it's like, what do you want? Like, what have you
Right.
talked about with your fiance? What is exciting to you? Like, is
What's
that, are
something
you
personal to
yeah,
you?
like that
Yeah.
makes it special about your day. That's like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it I don't know. It's just like makes me sad when people ask that because it's like, it can be whatever you want it to be. And like, yeah, there's also the formalities and there's traditions and there's things that are special that you probably should do like on your wedding day. But at the same time, it's like it can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be. And I remember I had a bride actually reach out to me originally when she was like looking for a videographer. She was like, hi, like so nervous, like over Zoom, of just like, what if my style is not black and white, and like what if it's a little mix of traditions? And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And she was so nervous to bring it up to me because she felt like that's all she's seeing, that's maybe what's on social media, what people are more posting and things like that. And it just made me like, you know, take a step back and be like, wait, like this is your guys' day, like it's about what you want, what you and your fiance want, and not pleasing everyone else.
Not
for
I'll be
show.
straight up honest. I hate social media, and know that's my job and it involves my entire job. I hate how much it has played into people's wedding days without maybe some people even realizing it. I think obviously because we're around it all the time, we notice it, and we see so many weddings and we see from start to finish really. So it's really in our brains, especially when I'm scrolling, I'm like, cool, all right, this is a trend right now because it's all I see everywhere, which is fine. If that's what you like, that's what you like, but you don't have to do it because everyone else is doing it.
And that's the hard part too with social media, because like you get clients from social media, you get clients, we get clients from social media. It's like they're seeing the work that you're putting out there and they like it, so they're wanting to replicate that in a way.
Right.
And it's that fine line where it's like we need to showcase, at least from the planning side, we need to showcase the weddings that we do and the big extravagant things that we can do and how beautiful it can be.
The time and energy and everything that you put into it needs to be recognized and seen.
But at the same time, people come in and they say, oh, I want this. And then you're like, okay, let me put together this estimate for you. And then you're saying, this is how it's going to, how much is actually going to cost you to do this.
Unrealistic
and they're like,
expectations.
What? Never mind. That is not within my budget. So exactly. They go into it thinking they can do one thing, and then you actually get them the numbers and all of that. And then they feel bad that they don't have the money to have this big, huge, extravagant floral arrangement or whatever it may be.
And then they feel like they're not going to have a good wedding. And it's like,
and
no,
it's not
you're
about
still
that.
going to have a really great wedding.
Right.
Just do what makes sense for you.
Right.
Like, just because you, like, I see so many celebrity weddings and I'm like, oh my God, it's insane. Like, I would love that. But I'm like, obviously I know that is so unattainable, but it's like, okay, why am I liking that? And why do I want to do that? Oh, because it's cool and it's big and it's awesome. But that wouldn't necessarily mean it's me.
Even when it comes down to like, especially when we talk about celebrity weddings, they have 3 different wedding dresses that they're wearing throughout the day. And people will be like, do I need to have a dress change? And I'm like, personally, I did not have one because this is my wedding dress. This is the one day I'm going to wear my wedding dress.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear it from start to finish. But if you have the budget to have a second dress, if that's something that you want for yourself and for your wedding, then of course, let's do it.
Or you want to be comfortable when you're dancing. Because I know some dresses are
100%.
so heavy. And
Right. I ripped my armpit out on the very last song of the night. And I'm like, maybe
don't
I
remember
should have
that.
changed my dress into something else. But yeah,
I saw something, I think it was like a week or so ago, and I think it was something on social media where it was like, I miss the days where the only weddings where you saw were the ones you went to. And I saw that and I
Mic
was
drop.
like, damn. I'm like, and I have such an inner conflict because I'm like, that's how people find me.
Yes.
I mean, it's mainly word of mouth, and it's, I love your style and I love that. But I'm also like, that would just be so great with not comparing yourself to other weddings because you only see the ones you go to.
Exactly.
And
but
social
there's
media.
nothing we can do about it.
I know.
Like it's so big now. Like
It's
that's
such
way
a-
above. Like, and we just basically, okay, this is the times that we're in, so you got to roll with it, and this is what we're doing. But I think it's just bringing it back to reality and being more like vocalizing the fact that you don't have to do it a certain way. You don't have to compare yourself to these other people, even though it's there. You can use it as inspiration, but let's do something that works for you. And as far as like the personal touches, like those are my favorite weddings. The ones that are unique and they do those things that
little things.
portray their relationship and make it more personal.
They
not
bring
just-
it back to them.
Yeah.
Right. Those are the best.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And I don't think there's like, because even just like us being, you know, relatable, or you planning your wedding and me like planning my wedding, there were things you aspire to. There's things that you do find on social media or on Pinterest, and you know, like I don't
watch
think
Father
that's
of the Bride.
Right. It's, there's nothing wrong with like wanting more, like wanting
Something different.
something different, or even something, you know, that is trending. It's hard. I feel like I personally am not the most confident in what I always want. Like even just last year when we were kind of redoing our house inside, I was constantly just looking for like other things. Like I would see people on social media that would post things and I'm like, I love that lamp, but I'm like, do I really love it? Or do I love it just because I'm seeing it and I keep seeing it?
And everybody else loves it.
And so I'm like, I literally was buying things and they were not like making me excited. And I had the money. I was like, ooh, I could get this nice thing or like, you know, whatnot. But then I was like, wait, what do I actually like? Like, it's almost like when people say you just kind of need to not go on social media to look for inspiration or Pinterest. You just kind of need to like look to see what's out there and what you like, even if it's like shopping in person, being like, I love that. Because anymore, like I'm not gonna buy something when I mean maybe clothes, but if I go like find furniture or certain things, usually it's always online for me personally, just because I'm like, oh, I can find that online somewhere, or maybe I can find something better. And it's just like we're always attaining for something better, something more. So it's like kind of in us, which is sad. Like that's what social media, that's what, you know, what our world's like nowadays. But yeah, it's just kind of a hard line. It's like you almost aren't meaning to like aspire to these trends, but it's also like, well, that's kind of all you're seeing and kind of what you think you like and other people like it. And so,
well, that's even like brides that are like, I got my wedding dress. I am not going to see anymore because I'm going to change my mind or I'm going to like this. And it's like, then people get to the end of like on their wedding day and they're like, oh, I wish I would have done this, and that. And it's like, why? Just because it was super popular for 3 months and then now you're getting married and it's not as popular. Like, that's why I think, and that's what I kind of meant, like getting back to what weddings were of just like just
at the core.
It's about celebrating you and your union with your partner.
And that's why, at least for me, that's why I'm in this industry. Like I want to celebrate love. I want to make these connections with these people in the happiest times of their lives and help bring even more joy into their life by executing the perfect day for them. But then at the same time, going into that people pleasing side, and it's like, I want that, but also at what cost?
Right. And all of that to say, I think we all can agree, like anything we say on here, we're not shitting on anybody. We're not shitting on anybody's wedding day or anyone's job. We're here to give our honest opinions. We're here to bring in other honest opinions of just how we feel about weddings and our jobs and how it changes and evolves. Like, we're never here to say like, oh, you wanted that, your budget was 80,000, cool, your budget was 10,000, cool. Like that's not what we're here to say. We're here to talk about all, like, if you can have the things you want to have, do it. As long as you are happy, that's what we're trying to like get back to. If that makes sense.
We're all learning, we're all growing. The battle's within us. Like it's tough. So
it's not something, I feel like so many brides and grooms feel like they're so in their heads and by themselves with these thoughts and with these things. And that's why we want to talk about these things. So, you know, you can hear us say it or say it yourself or talk to whoever about it, that it's okay to feel it. Cause I know this time can be pretty crazy and isolating and overwhelming and awesome, that sometimes you just need to hear someone else say it too.
Exactly. Mic drop. I love it.
I was wondering how loud it was going to be.
I was like, please don't break. Please don't break.
Just got some dog hair on it.
Sorry, guys. We can't do an episode next week. We don't have another mic.
So if you weren't in the wedding industry, what do you think you'd be doing?
I personally, kind of going back to corporate world, I think I would like to be in the corporate world. I don't know exactly what. Maybe planning events for corporate world. It's just like a different vibe. Or I think I would like to do like something like a nonprofit, maybe Christian based or something like that.
I'd be good at that.
Yeah, you
would.
You'd
be really good at that.
That's a good one.
Thanks. But yeah, I don't know. Something like that for me. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just can't see
anything other
myself.
than this.
And I was thinking like even... Like, I've always been in the wedding industry. Like, I got my degree in events marketing and management. I was a coordinator at first, now a venue manager, and then a videographer. So it's just like I've always kind of, besides my like waitressing job and stuff like that.
Shout out Texas Roadhouse. For me.
I forgot.
Yeehaw,
We'll have to dive deep into that one day. Yeah.
Why didn't you work there?
We'll get into that another day.
You would have loved Texas Roadhouse. Yeah.
Did you?
No. Oh. No.
Yeah,
I
but
was really trying to feel Texas. Anyway, back to you.
that's what I did instead of moving to Texas. I went to Texas Roadhouse.
I got my Texas fill. It was good. That's all I needed.
But yeah, so I was just gonna say, like, I've always been in the industry, so it's hard to see something out of it. But yeah, what about you guys?
I think I'm not saying this because I know it's probably going to sound like it. Whatever, I'm thinking this in my head.
Say it.
I do like sports. It would be photography. I would honestly 100% still be in photography, whether that be within like a marketing role, which is kind of what I was in, or some sort of like not necessarily content creation, but like kind of. Because I don't know how to do TikTok, so it wouldn't be like I would not be an influencer, that's for sure. Don't
She
know how to
hates
do that.
social media, so not
I
that.
hate social media.
I wouldn't be an influencer.
I would be a horrible influencer. No, but I think photography in some realm. I've always wanted to dabble into sports, and I tried.
Yeah.
Got shut down 7 times. No, I'm just kidding. I did. It's such a competitive, literally, field that I've always wanted to try and see what it would be like. But I know it is also a heavy, heavy grind. I think it's just something that I've always loved to like watch and grow up around. That I think it would be very fun. And growing up here, I would have loved to be a part of any sports teams here.
Yeah.
So that's personally where I think I would be in some capacity, whether it be photo, video, or whatever it is within that
Could you
realm.
imagine if you and Holt were both
I applied for the
know.
Chiefs.
sports? Did you?
Yes,
So did
before
Holt-
I met him.
I was like, did
No.
Holt not put in a good
No.
word for you?
What about-
I applied to be like a seasonal photographer several times. This was when I was in college, and then when I was working at our previous job, I applied, and I get it. I didn't have any background.
Right.
I had no profile or no.
You have-
no.
Well,
Well,
Now
like,
I've-
I'm just
here's
saying.
all
No, I
my
know.
weddings.
We've talked about it. I've changed my mind. That is something. I think that's like I'm like sports. That's Holt. That's you. This is your realm. I love it, and I think it's fun. But I don't think I could do it. Also, no. There's a line there, and it's like I want to create that for myself. I don't want as much as it's like, cool, yeah, you're in a great spot. I don't want you to help me get there. I want to get there myself. And I've told
love
him that.
that.
So that's why I was
So
like,
cute.
I couldn't. I like it'd be really nice, and I love you, but I want to do it on my own.
Yeah. Holt
that's-
is Grace's boyfriend, by the way.
is-
Yes.
We
Holt
haven't
is my
actually
boyfriend.
said
Him a lot.
that.
Yeah, I
guess that's true.
But we've never like vocalized who he is. So,
Oh, Holty boy. Yep.
oh, Eddie. I had to.
Grace is stressed.
He's gonna murder me.
I won't.
No, I said he is going to murder
yeah,
me.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
I
probably.
won't.
I won't. I don't care. That's
Anyways.
funny. Yes. Anyway.
I honestly don't know. I know that it would be something. I'd be helping people in some capacity.
Yeah.
Maybe tapping into that mental health side of things, whether it be like a counselor. Or, I mean, I'd have to go back to school for any of this, but
I could
which
so
I don't
see
think I
that.
could see myself going back to school. I hate school. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
I'm
just-
the same way. I'm like, no
I'm
one
like
can pay
the thought
me
of
any
sitting in
amount
a
of
class.
money.
Oh my gosh, the anxiety that just goes through my body having to
Test
sit there
taking,
and be silent.
Having nightmares
Or-
before?
Yes.
No.
I have friends in
Never
grad
doing
school
that.
right now, and they're like, I have class. I'm like, I'm sorry, my brain can't
No.
actually wrap around your routine and your lifestyle because that feels foreign to me now.
Right.
I'm
So-
like, how did I do that?
Yes.
Right.
Literally.
No, I could never. Like, shout out to anybody who does go back to school. Major
Major
C.
props.
C.
Major,
C.
major props to you guys.
So,
yeah, could
but
not.
let's just take schooling out of that.
Well, I was
equation.
going to say, I
Something
could
along those
almost
lines.
see you being like a teacher. I don't
Really?
know why. I think you would be so
Ooh.
great with kids, whether
Yeah.
it's like high school or even like elementary.
Yeah.
And you're just
sorry.
such like, no, I was just
I was
going
like,
to
I'm
say,
cutting you
you're
off.
just so like warm. And you also have like a very good prominent voice. And I don't
Oh.
know. Like, I just feel like you would be really good.
Yeah, well, I always wanted to work with children with special needs. That's why my degree is in occupational
You'd
therapy.
be
Fun
so-
fact.
Oh my
Really?
gosh.
Yeah, not using it at all. I could only find positions
Really?
because I had my, what is it technically called? OTA. So I was occupational therapist assistant. The only roles I could find in Kansas City were in the skilled nursing facilities. And it was just too much for me. It was so depressing. Like, I wanted to be able to do more. They didn't want to do therapy at that stage. They're like, what are you here for? Like, get out. I don't need to be able to brush my teeth by myself. Like, they didn't want to do the therapy. So I was like, this is too depressing for me. Like, I can't be in this, but I wanted so badly to work with children with special needs. So maybe I could do something.
Yeah.
You would be
Something with that. I don't know what it would
oh my
be.
gosh, you'd be
Yes.
so
Run
good
a
at
day
that.
camp or something like that.
I love it.
I feel like you need to tie in motivational speaking into you.
100%.
Like, she'd be
What?
one
That's
I'd
what I was
watch on
gonna
a
say.
TED Talk.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You,
my God.
Sarah, yes. The reels you send me of just like, you find the best reels too.
Yeah.
I know you're
Oh.
not speaking, but you,
Yeah. Oh. Oh, the reels. Yes.
Those
send
things.
them and they're just, I'm like, I didn't find these.
You're like,
They're
I
just
needed
so
to
good.
watch
Yes,
this. Yeah.
Literally.
You're just a major like boost and like energy.
Literally.
Yeah, I just want people to feel loved and feel
Yes.
empowered and
And that
feel
is you.
seen
Yes.
and feel warm and cuddly inside.
I love that.
Like
I
a
can
glass of
see
hot cocoa. I guess a mug.
I guess a mug.
I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent now.
On this, yeah, 100-degree
On this,
day.
I'm literally in a sweatshirt, sweating so bad, but it has a bow. It has a bow. Dom inspired me, so.
I love it.
But yeah, thanks guys. That's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were to stay in the wedding industry, what's one role you would like to do instead of what you're currently doing?
I know what I'd want to do.
Me too.
You know what I would
Yeah.
do? What
No,
is
I
it?
know me.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is it?
Would yours be videography?
No.
No.
Think about it. Think about it.
Okay.
Oh, hair, makeup.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
What do I wear every day? Do I wear makeup ever? No.
That's really
makeup.
cute.
Isn't that your sister?
That's
Doesn't your
Abby.
sister
That's
do really
Abby.
good makeup?
She's good at that.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
was coming to my mind.
That's Abby. Yep.
Okay.
Abby
Shout out
deserves
to Abby
all that.
again.
Shout
She's
out
so
to
creative
Abby.
and talented,
She's the
and
cool one.
she's also a great teacher too. So
She is. She is. She's all the things.
Okay, what about like a bridal stylist?
What?
For you?
You.
Nope.
Damn it.
Guys, really? I'm going to say it and you're going to be like, oh, I've said it before.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, something like signage?
Nope.
Oh, dang it.
Never mind.
Tell us.
Florals.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
That's so
it connects.
annoying.
It
Wow.
connects.
I'm mad at myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bridal
stylist?
A bridal.
I mean, I would enjoy all those things
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure, but no, florals all the way. I want to be a 70-year-old woman that has a garden in her backyard and grow some flowers and maybe some veggies and call it good.
Yes.
Yep, that's what I want.
Grow
Yep.
those hydrangeas.
Hydrangeas, zinnias, all the things.
Peonies.
Ranunculus.
We're not.
No, peonies. I got to grow for that.
That's the one
All
with
right.
the black center.
Oh, what are they called?
Oh, yes.
Enemy. I think it's just like enemies.
It's.
Enemies.
I know what it is.
But I always say enemy.
Sure, we're gonna go with that. Yes,
Love it.
yes.
It's perfect.
Okay.
Sarah,
about
what would
me?
you do?
What did you think?
Oh, well, I have something that I thought of that I think would be fun that I always think of part time.
Okay.
But I don't know if this would be you or
I don't know.
I think like bridal stylist like gown. I think that would be fun. I could see you doing that because I feel like you would be such great energy for girls looking for dresses.
Fun fact: I had an interview with a bridal salon before I got the role, and
Really?
yeah, venue
I
coordinating.
could see that.
Because I was like, this might be another option,
Yeah.
way to get my
To
foot
get
in
in
the
there.
door in the
Yeah.
industry. Yeah.
That I could see. I'm trying to think of. I'm like, what's all in the industry?
I know. I'm like DJ.
I was gonna say DJ.
What? I would love that.
Sounds of Sarah.
There we
That is so funny. That'd be my company name.
Oh my gosh.
The Sounds of Sarah.
Hi, Flo baby. Hey, sweet Flo baby. See, Flo exists.
There she is.
Flo
Made an
exists.
appearance.
If you were here in the last
My baby
episode,
girl, she
Flo
likes
is
to
here.
lick my toes. And I love it. Okay.
What is it?
Photography.
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
told that. You've told me that before.
I feel like, I mean, I would really need to learn like the equipment and like how to edit things and all that. But I feel like I have like a photography eye in certain aspects.
We should all go like do photography sometime. Do
Yeah.
photography.
Yeah, we should go do
Shoot
it.
together.
Yeah, we should go shoot each
That
other.
would be so fun. I loved
would
your
be
face there. I'm
fun.
sorry. It was so cute.
That's bad.
Yeah.
My terminology.
No, I loved it. I could see that. I think you'd be really good at that. Also, already having the planning.
Right, like for as far as like a timeline perspective and making sure all
Yes.
of that's accounted for.
You know what's important. You know what to look for. You know how the day runs.
Right.
You know how to do it effectively. Like you would be very good at that. On top of the
could so
talent of
see
just
that,
being able to take photos, you would be very good at it.
Thank you.
What the heck? We have to go. That's so fun.
Let's go shoot
I
each
love
other.
That. Yeah, literally. I just got it.
And she's out. Cut her off.
He's out.
This is why she's not a photographer.
And her mic is off. Oh,
And Dom.
I don't
Ooh.
know. I literally have no idea because I said I could not see myself being a planner.
I
That
could
overwhelms
see you.
me.
I could see you buying an old building and renovating it and owning the venue side.
I could do.
That's actually funny you say that because I had my senior project in like college was mapping out everything for a venue. And I actually started thinking about that. And Mitch was even like, well, you know him.
He's like, I could do it.
He's always got new
Let's do it.
ideas. He's like, I want to do that one day. And I think, I don't know, and maybe just our venue manager experience too. Like,
Right.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
It
And
is.
it's a lot of employees underneath you, like just to be an owner and make sure everything's running. And also if it's not running smooth, like that's someone's wedding day. And
Even just getting
obviously
the
things
building
are- yeah.
itself and getting it,
yes.
and all the legalities and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just,
No, it's
I think
definitely a
it's
high
very-
reach, but I think you could
Yeah.
do it. And I
Yeah.
think you would be
Oh,
good
yeah.
at it.
So sweet.
But yeah,
too.
but it would definitely be like props to you if you're a venue owner.
Yeah. There's
That's
a
a
lot
lot.
to
That
it.
is a lot.
That's a large house that you're owning and
And
running. And
yeah.
yeah.
So
I
many
think having
things.
like actually doing the project and then having that physical experience of just like, okay, this venue's my baby. Like it was a lot.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot
Okay,
of
so not that.
responsibility.
Write that one off. Okay,
I
what
kind
else?
of
No, I do think
you
she'd
know
be good
what's
at that.
funny? I kind of like that you guys were saying bridal stylist.
Yeah, you would want to?
Maybe just because I've literally gone to 3 of my good friends, like I've done their
fittings?
just did their fittings this past year, like over the last few months, and it's so fun. And then there was one girl, shout out Savvy Bridal, that's also where I got my wedding dress. But the girl there that was helping, literally was amazing. I don't know her name. I wish I could give her a shout out.
I had Molly. I'm so
Wait, Molly Gaston?
Yes, that was like it starts with a G. Yeah, and she's absolutely fabulous.
What does she look
I went
like?
to college with Molly.
Stunning.
Yeah.
She also like
Beautiful, like
straight
Yes.
blonde.
like slick. Does she have slick?
It's
back?
blonde. She's beautiful.
I don't know. I thought this
yeah.
girl was brunette.
She also
I can't
owns
remember.
Wild Rose. Gosh,
At
I'm so
Savvy
sorry if I'm
Bridal?
butchering this.
Wait.
Wild Rose Planning and Events.
Thank you so much.
Is that
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really bad with
Yeah,
names.
yeah, yeah. She also does
don't
owns
think
a
it was
planning
her.
company with her good friend, but she's a bridal stylist too, and she was absolutely
cool.
fabulous. Highly recommend. She
Yes.
made my experience amazing.
Wait, where does
so.
she work then?
Currently, I think she's at.
Bridal Extraordinaire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
okay,
my dress
gotcha.
at True Society though. So,
Okay,
All
gotcha.
great though.
Yeah.
great.
Wow. I know, but that's funny that you guys said that because I can kind of like.
I could see
I
that
think
too.
that would be fun. Just like.
I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah.
Again,
That's a special
also bringing
moment.
in really good energy to like
Yeah.
such a big and sometimes overwhelming day
Yeah.
for brides. That I think you'd be really good at
Make
that.
them feel comfortable and confident.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
Definitely. I love it.
Should we all change
Us,
careers?
I know, right? Career change coming 2025. Watch out.
Oh my gosh. Well, so obviously this episode.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I had to. It's just in my mind now.
You know what, Dom? Can you make the when people on
Yes.
TV curse and it's like "Blah, blah," on
Yeah,
that
you
part
can
what I
say
just said?
obvi.
Can you do that? Not always. I think I need fuck
Yeah,
needs to be in
but-
there sometimes. But I think I couldn't.
Malfunction.
Sometimes it's. I think it'd be really funny if. Anyway, whatever.
If we keep the fuck but bleep over the fuck. Yeah.
Anyway,
Over.
Guys.
like all of those. I think all of those. Tom's like, you're done. This episode mainly revolved around weddings. That's kind of what we wanted to start with. But within every episode, something that we want to do and talk about that you guys can get involved in is a thing we're going to call For Better or For Worse. And it brings up trends or things within the industry that were they brought up in the industry for better or for worse, and kind of like our opinions on them. Again, this is not a mean thing. These are our opinions.
just
You
a
can
hot
have
take.
yours. Yeah, it's a hot take. Yes.
If you will.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you will.
So, okay, for better or for worse, wedding parties or no wedding party? What do you guys think? You guys
I
also have been
have-
married. I haven't. So
Yeah.
you
I
kind of
have kind
a
of a
personal
side
opinion.
comment with mine. So I would say wedding party only because in my wedding party, I had just my sisters. Like Mitch's side, my side, my cousin, and they were all amazing. But I would also have liked to have had some friends. And so, yeah, I think I would, if I redid it, I would have a large wedding party.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
at the same time, I'm like, now that I've been married and I know it's kind of just about the marriage, I could almost be like seeing Mitch and I elope.
See, that's why I go back and forth, because I haven't done it. So I go back and forth on what I think all the time.
I'm going to go with for better.
Yep.
Because there's so many people that want to celebrate you and want to be a part. But again, then it comes down to the people pleasing side. So I'm going to, okay.
I know. It's
I'm
like,
still going to
ooh.
go with for better because
Yep.
I think it's such a fun experience to have those people that helped get you
Yeah.
in this relationship, essentially. Like those were your people when you didn't have your person. Those were your people.
Yeah.
So having them by your side while you're getting ready in the morning and just throughout the entire day,
Yeah.
I think is really special. But I think it depends on your personality too. Like if you're like, I will be overwhelmed by having these people, or I don't know who to pick, where do I draw the line? Then nix it all together, and then you don't have to worry about it. They might be disappointed
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
moment, but they'll still be invited to the wedding and they'll be there for the day. So long story short, my answer is still for better.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot of things that depends on.
And now I'm
Gray
realizing
area.
this is the first time we've done this. So now I'm kind of realizing, reframing the question, I probably should have asked it, because now it's more of a trend that people are not having wedding parties. So that should be, is that for better or for worse?
Oh, okay. So
I'm
for
reframing, because I
worse.
almost was just kind of making you
Yeah.
like change.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. So I'll think of that next time. But okay, so yeah.
You did so good. It's fine.
We were all there, but
Explained
now
it
that
so
I'm
well,
sitting here, I'm
yes.
like, wait, we're not really connecting, and now I understand. I should have asked. The trend is not having a wedding party.
Okay. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Not
baby.
having a wedding party. For
worse.
worse.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to get better at this.
We're
Yeah.
learning. I'm gonna be devil's advocate and say for better. I think that it's kind of cool. I think there should always maybe be like a best man and a maid of honor. I like that aspect. Like my sister, she had two and he had two. But like bachelorette and stuff, you can invite everybody. Wedding day, you can have everyone and they can be part of your day in maybe a special way, maybe not. They're still just there. That's special. I do think though that like I think about like getting ready in the prep, like I would want all of my people there. Can I cut it down? Probably not. So that's why I think it's kind of cool if you have maybe a best man and a maid of honor, and then everyone else can either be there or be special in some capacity that you want them to be. But I kind of like for better.
Okay, well, now you're kind of swaying me that way. I'm like, I get that. I like both. I think it totally
Yeah.
depends on the person.
I think
Yeah,
it does.
I liked how you said, what is the vibe? Because, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're somebody that kind of just enjoys, you know, maybe with mom or just like a close friend or cousin or something like that, and you just feel good that way,
Yeah.
or maybe you get like overwhelmed.
Yes.
I think that there's nothing wrong with that.
I also think it relates to this, but like Zach, my husband, he had his list and he was like, okay, I have 12 people. And I'm like, I don't have 12 people.
Yep.
So I'm like, you're going to have to cut. Like, this is the max that I can
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
at that point in my life. Like when you're at the early stages and then you meet other people and you're like, oh, I'm actually really close with this person too. And then you're like,
Yes.
That's the hard thing. Honestly, sorry, not to cut you off
No,
there,
you're
but
fine.
also too, like it's crazy to think like when you get married, like I have friends that are probably like 6+ years, things like that, and they're like, I don't talk to any of my bridesmaids, or I'm not
Right.
as
I
close.
hear
so it's
that
almost
all
like
the time.
different seasons. And what I was telling Mitch is like, if I was to get married this year, my wedding party, I'd probably still keep all the people at my wedding party, but I would like have so much more I'd want to add because I have like developed those relationships, and it's just a different season of life.
Yes.
And so it's kind of just like, I don't know, Liz. But then it's another thing when you look back and you're like, oh, like I don't even talk to her. And I mean, probably more prevalent sometimes with girls than
probably.
That's probably
than
true.
guys.
We're a bit more
but
complex.
Yes, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I hear that a lot of people that are like, I don't talk to any of, or like
Yeah.
half of my
Yeah.
bridesmaids. And I do feel like that goes into like kind of when you get married, like what season
Yeah.
of life you're in, like you were saying. But then also like how long maybe you and your partner have been together, if you
Yeah.
share the same friends,
Yeah.
if you don't, like there's so many things that go
Yeah.
into it, but yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I do too.
First one.
For better or for worse, baby.
For better or for
Woo!
worse. Thanks for
All right,
playing.
We're going to clap our feet.
But with that being said, if you have something that you feel like is for better or for worse, or you want to know if we think it's for better or for worse,
Tell us.
tell us.
Let us know.
We'll bring it up.
We've got a Gmail.
We need help.
Gmail.
We need help writing the
We've
show.
got a Gmail and we have an inbox on our social media that we love.
We have it all. That's
That
how we
we
TikTok,
love.
but don't visit
We
it.
love social media.
We love it. Well,
Wrapping things up,
Yeah.
just want to say happy anniversary.
Yeah.
to Haley and Brock. We mentioned them in our last episode because that was our one and only wedding that the three of us have all been together for. And it was
special.
just a year ago. So
So
that's
go yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yesterday.
just saw them. I was gonna tell you guys. I saw them on Friday at Cooper's Hawk.
I'm
Jealous.
jealous.
They sat right behind us,
Cute.
and she came up and gave me a hug, and I got to see him and say hi. So I was gonna tell you guys that and
You
text
lucky
you, but I was like,
girl.
I'm saving it. I know I was very lucky. I got to say it in person, but I thought that
Cute.
was really special. That a year ago yesterday we were all together,
Yeah. Wow.
working our first wedding together.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
We need more.
we do.
We say this every time.
I know.
You out there,
You too
know who
can
you
have
are.
a wedding day with all three of us if you choose.
Ask Haley. She can attest.
Yes.
Yes. Write us a review, Haley. I don't think I've seen that one come through yet, ma'am.
Now she can write all of us one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Send it to the People Pleasers Pod, please.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Please.
Please.
So many P's.
Please.
Oh my gosh. Do we need to add another?
P.
People Pleasers Pod, please. Oh, that's hard.
People please pod peas.
Oh my God, I can't even say it.
People Pleasers, Peas.
People please was pod,
It's
please.
hard.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Well,
Well, we did it, guys.
Again,
we're
go
we're
us.
we, you know what we're about to
Episode-
go do.
oh,
We're about to go.
we're about to
tell
announce
the
this
entire
thing
world.
to the world.
Yay.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
about to go post it for the very first time.
Ah, I just got so sweaty.
I know.
You're not already?
I already was, but now I'm like dripping.
We're about to go share this with everybody.
Oh my
So,
god.
Yay.
I think that's a good time to say
We'll see you next week.
see you next week and
See you later.
Bye. Bye. Love you.
love you. Love you. Love you guys.
Oh, my ears.
I'm excited to edit this one. Not that I wasn't last time.
I think we all collectively feel better. Still recording.
Oh my God.